Hi guys, welcome back to Tech Talk with Jeremy. So today we're going to be diving into the world of smart printers, right? We have the Epson ET-2840 that we're going to be talking about. It's, one of kind of your budget printers, one that, a lot of people are going to be using. We had an HP EcoTank, really not happy with it. It does have a front loading tray and oftentimes it will say there's no paper or they get paper jams, different stuff. This one actually has it where it feeds on the back, and we'll go over that in a little bit, but I'm hoping that's going to give us a lot more consistent printing where we don't have to always come and fix the printer. A lot of times what we'll do is we'll print something, especially for homeschool. My wife Cindy will print something for the kiddos and have them run down and get it, but if the printer's not working, then we have to go down there, we have to fix it. So this one we're hoping will kind of get rid of those problems. But some key things about this, what Epson's, the EcoTank, what it does is it's not as high quality as some of the other printers, like if you had like a laser printer, those type of things, but it does save you a lot of money on ink. So that's one of the key features or one of the key benefits of going with an EcoTank. We'll talk about kind of more of that towards the end of the video, but let's go ahead and get into the unboxing, and then we'll get into setup, and then we'll discuss some of the savings that you get with this type of printer. Okay, so we have the EcoTank ET-2840, and as you can see, we can do copies with it, or scans. It's Wi-Fi, rear paper input, mobile printing, so that makes it really nice where you can just print from the phone. Especially, I don't know about you guys, but we homeschool our kids. If we can just send the document straight from our phone to the printer, it makes it really nice. Does have an LCD panel that's about 1.44 inches. It is cartridge free, right? So no print heads. You really just use the ink. You fill up those ink tanks and you are good to go. So let's get to more what's in the box. Okay, so now really getting into what's actually in the box. So we do have our power cord to power this bad boy. We got the ink that we need to put into our ink cartridges. So very awesome, it comes with that automatically. On the front, we do have our ink tanks to the right. We have our LCD panel here, power button home, and all of your setting buttons. On the back, you're gonna have basically just two things. You're gonna have the power cable right there and the parallel or USB cable right there for plugging it into your computer if you wanna do that instead of using the Wi-Fi feature. We're gonna be mainly using this with the Wi-Fi feature. It's just easier for us. But yeah, that is what is in the box. Okay, so once you get the app downloaded, then you need to go ahead and plug it in. You turn your power on for your printer. All right, and then we're going to add, so we're going to use that plus button. All right. Set up a new product. Hit continue. Allow. All right, now it is searching for the product. It sees the ET-2840. Perfect. So we're gonna hit yes. All right. And right now it is setting up. So on the LCD, it actually says setting up the printer from Epson Smart Panel. Do not power off. Okay. We're gonna get ready for the ink installation. It's gonna guide us step by step. Before we start, make sure to follow these rules. Stay in front of the printer. Do not turn off the printer while setting it up. Perfect. Okay. Sending information to the printer. It's a pretty easy process for it to get started. So yeah, I like how the ease of use of it so far, the user interface. HP also has a pretty, because that's the old printer we used to have, is an HP. It also has a pretty easy user face, but this one's pretty simple. Okay, so now I'm going to bring you around so you can kind of see what I'm doing with the ink. Okay. Okay, so we have reached the point in the process where we need to fill up these ink tanks. So I'm going to show you with the black and just how easy it is to fill this up, and then we'll do the rest, but off camera. But we'll go ahead and go through the black so you can kind of see it. Basically, what you do is just open this top guy right here, and then you're going to take this off like that. And then this is an ink tank, so I went ahead and already taken off the cap, and basically we're going to put it in like this. And it's going to start filling up that ink. So there's really not much more you need to do than that. I'm going to go ahead and take you off of this really quick. And you can see how the ink is just starting to fill. Now it says very clearly, you do not want to squeeze the bottle. So don't squeeze it, just let it fill up. And once it gets to up to here, we're just going to go ahead and pull the ink bottle off. And that'll be done. And there should be a little bit extra ink in there. It shouldn't use all the ink. So, all right, so that's how you fill up the ink tanks. Now, another thing I wanted to mention really quick, it is very convenient, because on this side you do see the BK, the C for cyan, magenta, yellow, but on this side, it also, when you open up the lid, and it has different colors with the sticker on there, so you don't have to really, guess. It'd be terrible to put the wrong ink in the wrong place, so you want to make sure that you're keeping an eye on that when you do put the ink in. All right, so once you got the ink loaded, what you're gonna do is you're gonna let it go through its ink installation process. So it's gonna take about 11 minutes. So we're gonna let that run, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about the next steps. All right, so something kind of interesting. Through this ink initialization process, it has drained the ink quite a bit from the tank. So there is still some left over, so we'll be able to top it off. But just kind of interesting that it went through that much ink trying to get it all set up. I mean, it does have to load that print head and get it all prepped and stuff. So I get it, but yeah, that went through quite a bit of ink. And here is that LCD screen. So yeah, pretty cool. And we'll go ahead and go through the next steps. Okay, so one of the cool things about this printer is you're actually going to put the paper in the back. It doesn't have a front tray that you're going to put it in. What I'm hoping, because as you can see, this is where we're going to put it. These are kind of the sliders to pick your paper size. And you kind of have this out to hold it. What I'm hoping is that because of the gravity, we're never going to have where it's, kind of has that, not error, but where it basically feels like, or senses that there's no paper. And so it won't print because you have no paper. I'm hoping it gets rid of those type of errors that we've been experiencing with our front cartridge printers for a long time now. So we'll see if that's correct, but that's how you load the paper. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and print a picture. So I'm just going to choose one from my photo album. Basically, this is going to be our 2026 kind of Happy New Year. So Happy New Year, guys. And we're going to change this up. So let's do 8x10. And then we're going to do, let's see. Okay, just plain white. Print quality, we're gonna do high. We're gonna see how good it is. It's gonna be color, done. All right, and let's see how that does. We're gonna go ahead and print. Okay, now this is gonna fill up the whole page. So it might take a little while, so we'll see how long it takes. All right, it is printing. So we'll see how long it takes. This is gonna be a high quality, so I'm expecting it to take a little while, but it kind of seems to be going fast. So we'll see how quickly it does it. All right. Now this is the first page that it is printing. So what I have experienced in the past is sometimes the second or third is going to be a little bit better. Okay, so that printed. Not super high quality, as you can kind of see, but we're gonna go ahead and print it again and see if we can get a little bit better. But again, it's not a high quality printer. It's really just meant for day-to-day use, but we're gonna go ahead and try that again. All right, so as you can see, not super high quality. So a little disappointed in that. I was hoping to be a little bit better than our HP. But again, this isn't ink cartridges. It is, the ink chambers that you fill up. And this is really just for everyday use, not really supposed to be for professional use, you know, like professional printers. So, you know, maybe that's the best that we can get with kind of your everyday budget printer. But anyways, all right, so let's talk a little bit more about it. All right, so I went ahead and printed out just kind of a mountain scene just to see if it'd be any different. It is a little bit better quality for sure, but again, you know, not a professional printer. It's not going to give you high res, you know, printing every time, but you know, definitely a little bit better than the picture, our family picture for, you know, the new year. But yeah, so anyways, but let's talk a little bit more about the features and we'll go from there.
Yeah.
All right, so let's talk about some of the other features, right? So we have the scan feature here. You can choose if it's going to be color, if it's going to be grayscale or black and white. Document size, resolution, you can go up to 600 dpi, which is pretty good on a scan. You can remove the background, you can do automatic rotation, and then you can choose the image format, whether it be PDF, JPEG, or TIFF. Now, in terms of the copy, you know, basically you just go in there and you hit that copy button, and it will give you all the settings in here. If you want to do the rear tray, letter, media type, print quality, multi-page, all that kind of good stuff. And then you just hit start, and that's when it would make that copy for you. Yeah, so I mean, a lot of good features in here. We already went through the print, you know, so if you go to print photos, we already know, you know, what's in there. But also you can do print documents. So you can, you know, if you have documents on your phone or documents on your printer, that's where you can do that for sure. Let's see. All right. And then you can do print head cleaning if you want. And then kind of with other features, you have creative print, print collage, fun with printing, and guest connection. So those are all the settings in there. You can see in the top right, we do have all of the ink levels. That's kind of good to see, you know, whenever you pull up the app, you'll be able to know where your ink levels are at. So that's kind of a cool feature. But that is all the features in the app. All right, so let's go over some of the key features of this Epson printer. All right, so it does have that cartridge-free Supertank system. So, you know, it gets rid of those print cartridges of always having to go to the store and buying those. You know, you just fill it up with the ink cartridge. Very easy to do, very easy to, you know, change. Sometimes those print cartridges were difficult. It does have that all-in-one functionality, right? So you can print, you can scan, you can copy. Lots of different options, you know, for an all-in-one type printer. Print quality and technology, powered by precision core heat-free technology for sharp text. Impressed colors, you know, I wasn't too impressed by the colors of, you know, printing like maybe a photo, but if you're printing just print stuff or everyday stuff, it's going to be perfect for you. You know, it has that Wi-Fi connectivity, so you can print from your phone, you can print from your computer, your iPad, really any device that you have that you can print and send to it. Does have the 1.4-inch color LCD screen for easy navigation and cost savings, right? But let's talk about that a little bit. How much does it really, you know, save on cost? So I went to Grok and just kind of asked, how much realistically am I going to be saving on this? So Epson claims you save 90% on replacement ink cost compared to standard ink, which maybe so. It says cost per page is average about 1 cent, where cartridges are 20 cents per page. It sounds a little high to me. I'm not sure if it's exactly that, but replacement bottle yields is 4,300 black pages or 7,300 color pages per set. You know, that it actually includes enough ink for thousands of pages up front, up to 8,600 pages because it does give you 3 extra black bottles. So that's kind of nice. Now savings depends on your printer volume. Low volume users, 100 to 200 pages per month, you're going to save $50 to $200 over 2 to 3 years. Moderate volume, which is going to be 500 or more pages, says hundreds of dollars. But over time, many users and reviews report paying 1/10 or less of the ink compared to, so potentially, you know, over $1,000 for several years. So that's kind of what Grok thinks, and basically what Epson is telling us as well. But you know, we'll see how much it saves us over time. But yeah, those are kind of the key features and some of the savings that you can kind of expect. Definitely for, you know, families that are looking for kind of a budget printer, kind of get rid of the expense of all those cartridges and having to replace those, this is a perfect printer for you. If you're looking for really high quality prints, where the print is going to be, you know, super crisp and you're really gonna get, this is not the printer for you. But you know, if you're like have an eco budget and you're just using it for family stuff, it's perfect. Or even business use as well, as long as you're not in the business of graphics and those type of things, because it's not going to give you that high graphic quality. But anyways, that's what we have for this video. It was a pleasure doing it for you. We always appreciate you guys. I want to say again, Happy New Year. You know, welcome to 2026. We wish you nothing but success, but more importantly, health for you and your families in this new year. And if you like the content we're putting out, please do like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can see when we come out with new videos. But we will see you in the next one.